Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. I'm Kevin Kaufman. This is St. Nick. That's Fred Weaver. We're Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team, and Southern California's premier short sale team. And yes, that's right, Santa has joined Group 4610. He's the new buyer's agent.
Well, first of all, we finally got some separation between us. And second of all, we finally got somebody on the show with more hair than you. I didn't mean like on top of my head. I was talking about like down here, even though you're pretty clean shaven today.
Yeah, no, I shaved for these videos this week.
Kevin, it's Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it is, buddy.
But before we get there, because we're going to tell a really great story today. We have actually like some good, freaky, great stories.
You want to talk about today's sponsor? Diet Mountain Dew. Once again, refreshing, 0-calorie dew.
That's awesome. We need to get money from these sponsors.
I know, right?
Golly. Hey, so we have a 2-day sale going on. Yesterday and today.
Today's day 2. Well,
yeah.
In unreal life or whatever, it's Thursday, so it's still day 1.
Yeah, we're filming this on Thursday.
But it's for tomorrow, Friday. So.
But already it's Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
And how many? I don't even remember exactly.
15.
The number. We've had like 15 or
15
more
orders.
sales already on our site.
15.
It's because we're giving this stuff away at like bottom prices.
I honestly had an email.
It's like a going away sale, even though we're not going away.
Heck no, we're not.
Yeah.
I had an email asking me if that was like a mistake. Like, are you really selling it for that cheap?
So the sale expires, you're watching this on Friday. It expires tonight at 11:59 p.m. Codes are below. You can get our entire Crush It package for $499. Are you freaking kidding me?
I told somebody, asked me, they're like, really? I'm like, you haven't literally until midnight. I'm not going to discount it for you on Saturday.
Absolutely. So take advantage. We know you're out there, you're watching, and you're waiting.
Oh. Sorry, I don't know why I did that.
I don't either. So Kevin, okay, let's get into some really good short sale stuff.
Friday.
I thought we'd talk about a couple banks that you and I have been
freaky banks.
with.
We're talking about some freaky banks.
Yeah, one of them I'd like to talk about. Used to go by the name of Amtrust.
My New York Community Bank.
Yeah. Now they used to go by the name of Amtrust when they were still making money.
Well, they were even going by Amtrust after they stopped making money, which was years ago.
Okay, but they stopped making money, and so I don't know, bankruptcy, reorganization. Let's call it a strategic default. Okay.
I think officially the government shut them down.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't really care who shut them down or how it happened.
Yeah.
The point is they ran out of money to keep their doors open, and they moved their operations, if you will, merged into a company called My New York Community Bank.
Yeah.
However, Amtrust or My New York Community Bank, whatever you like to refer to
the
them
mindset
as,
of losing massive amounts of money at one time still prevails at My New York Community Bank.
So maybe I'll just let you tell the story.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton to tell other than the fact of I had one of the most painful, gut-wrenching, I can't believe I'm talking to somebody, conversations the other day with the vice president of the entire bank. A vice president, not an AVP, not a VP of servicing, a vice president of the bank who was part of the short sale committee that turned down our short sale file that we're working on.
Okay.
And no matter what our conversation was, she kept going back to, yeah, but the borrowers can pay.
Yeah. Well, hold on a second, because this is a unique situation. First of all, Amtrust or My New York Community Bank, but it's really still the same players that were there with Amtrust.
Minus the Goldberg family.
Minus the Goldberg family, because the Goldberg family ran the company into the ground.
They got run out
but none of their employees have been kicked out yet. That needs to happen.
Reason.
Anyhow, they have a committee that makes decisions on their short sales. So their negotiators agree to submit the file for approval, but it's not going to like some random investor. They actually have a committee of people that sit around the table, most of them with the title vice president after their name, and they discuss, I believe it's once a week from what I've gathered over the last couple of years. Maybe they do it more frequently, but at least once a week. They discuss the files that need to be reviewed for loss mitigation issues.
I doubt they discuss them. I believe that they play darts.
Well, maybe.
And they assign certain point values, and if you hit, you get approved, and if not, you don't.
Maybe.
How else could they be coming to these decisions?
Here's the craziest part of this story. It wasn't, they denied our short sale. In fact, the home actually just went to foreclosure
this afternoon.
Today, or if you're watching this episode on Friday, of course, yesterday. First of all, I feel really bad for the homeowner because we fought, and he knows that. But the crazy part of this whole thing is that it's not that they said the borrower could afford the home. Now, I know you just made that statement. You can't quite see me. Now, I know you just made that statement that they could. But their exact statement was, we believe if the borrower had not taken on other debt, he could afford the home.
Yeah.
Well, no duh, Sherlock. Like, seriously, I'm fired up about that one.
Yeah, no, and here's the funny part is no matter what we talked about, the value, the extra loss they were incurring, they were not engaged in that conversation at all. Like, literally could not engage in that conversation.
Like, he used to be able to afford it, but because he took on other debts, one of them included another house, and then he couldn't rent his current house, then we don't believe he really has a hardship. He could have paid if he hadn't bought the other house and taken on those other debts. Well, yeah, and Amtrust, you could have kept your freaking doors open if you hadn't taken on more debt, hadn't made bad loans. I mean,
hadn't made stupid, or even if, you know what, you made bad loans, you could just make smarter loss mitigation decisions. Like, I literally had to define the word mitigation for these stupid people.
Well,
like, clearly.
I had the first conversations with the vice president, and this is not normal, but I actually played the nice guy in this situation.
Yes.
And I actually got them to say, you know, well, if he hadn't made these other loans, we believe he could have paid. Well, no duh, okay? And I had a conversation on mitigation, and I said, do you think you're going to make more money at foreclosure? Well, sir, we never really want to foreclose. Foreclosure usually results in less money for us. I go, so in this specific example, is foreclosure going to result in more money or less money? Well, we can't be certain of that at this point, sir. And that's when you jumped in.
They're going to be certain. You want to know why? Because I'm going to let them know what the home sold for at auction or what it gets listed for in a month. Oh, you can bet I'm going to let them know. I'm going to be up their asses letting them know. And I just said that on our show.
I think Santa's okay with that word this holiday season.
It is.
I think that sometimes the word ass needs to be thrown around a little bit to put into perspective what really goes on. Because we wouldn't actually be giving it correct description if we used other terms.
You have no idea the words that were used in the phone calls and the emails and the tactics that were employed or deployed, if you will. But the fact of the matter is, you know what? You're going to have some foreclosures. I'm not going to not sleep tonight or anything because of that, because I know we did everything that we could. But the point is, you're gonna run into some stupid bank employees sometimes that make these bonehead decisions. And you know what? It's part of business. It's part of life. But the thing about it is you've got to keep fighting until that point. And we fought right up until the day of foreclosure, until it was time for it to go.
I mean, we tried the most underhanded techniques possible because nice didn't work. Talking about mitigation over foreclosure didn't work.
Direct didn't work.
Following
their policy didn't work.
Repetitive phone calls didn't work.
Hardship didn't work because we actually went the hardship route as well. I mean, we tried multiple
documented
things.
All kinds of stuff. So we just resulted to pretty much name calling. Now, I mean, professional name calling, of course. But name calling, like which one of you has the guts to actually call us and talk about this file? Or are y'all a bunch of scared chickens that just want to sit behind you?
I used a different word.
Well, I know you used a different word than guts, but I thought guts might be more appropriate for this show.
It is, but
stop touching Santa's round object.
So
here's the deal. This stuff's gonna happen, but you know what? We gotta educate our clients. We gotta prepare them for stuff like this. And you know what? Banks like Amtrust and my New York Community Bank, we need to escalate to the top. And you know what? It's not okay for me just to never work with them again. We need to get the word out when we're working on those short sales to their top management that doesn't work. And even though this file's unfortunately done, Kevin and I aren't done with that bank.
Not a chance.
I'm going to let them know what it's sold for, when it finally sells, whether it's at auction, whether it's 9 months later when it sells as an REO or whatever the case may be. We're going to let them know what it's sold for because the bottom line is they're making horrible financial decisions. And that stuff's got to stop.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I'm just not having it. I'm done.
No, I'm not either.
Not having that.
So, all right, the Christmas cheer kind of went away, but I hope you can see, we just wanted to share with you a freaky story today. Let you know a little bit of what happens inside the trenches, and it's real. I wish I could say we won this one. We didn't.
Sometimes, honestly, that's just sometimes people are like, oh, you guys must get them all. No, we don't. You know what? I tell my clients, it's funny. It's like when I'm talking to a new prospect, I tell them, you know what? I'm the best there is. My team and I give you the best possible chance.
Yep.
And even in that, there's still a 1 in 10 chance that we're going to fail. Like, we're not going to get the job done. And I'll take full responsibility for that. But the fact of the matter is that sometimes you don't get them all. And today was one of those days. We lost one, and it sucks. It hurts. Yep. As Brian said, that's the one. I remember that over the next 15 closings for sure.
Yep.
But it's it's part of doing business and it's part of life, and we're going to learn from it, and we're going to continue to figure out how to work with these boneheads at Amtrust and how to get the deal done for the next Amtrust seller.
Okay, so here's the deal. Teaser for next week. A lot of you are shutting your business down. Don't do it. It's time to press in. You got at least 4 more days of work next week if you don't even have at least 4.5 or 5. Let's be honest. What are you doing on Christmas Eve up until dinner time? So you got to put some time in next week, and we're going to bring you 5 great episodes next week. I'm telling you right now, I've got a great Fannie Mae story I'm going to tell. I've got a great Freddie Mac story I'm going to tell, and I'm going to share some stuff on Flagstar. So right there, I'm spilling the beans that you're going to want to watch next week.
It's a lot, buddy.
It is. You like it? I'm ready. And don't forget, the holiday sale ends tonight, 11:59 p.m. Don't let Santa down. 1, 2, 3. Short sale power hour! Short sale power hour!
We'd be crushing it right now, but we forgot our remote. So
see you
crush
Monday.
it.